everybody, and welcome back to Boro Bs channel. And man, oh man, oh man, what a turnaround it has been since Tommy T took over. 14 games, 10 wins, and you know what? This is the best part. 10 wins. Wait for it. 10 wins and 0 losses, because that's what it's all about. Keep on keeping the win percentage at a high 80%. And we're going places, man. We're going places. This video today, the video we're gonna make, is about the player ratings under Thomas Tuchel. So every single player who has featured for Thomas Tuchel, and we're gonna rate them. Before we get to it, guys, thank you for tuning in. Please, if you have not already, please don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to this channel if you're new, and tell me what you guys think about Thomas Tuchel and what you think about the players under Thomas Tuchel. Who's been doing well? Who do you think has been doing badly? So let's not waste any time, guys. Let's get straight to it. We're going to start all the way from the back. We're going to start with goalkeepers, and then we're going to move on to defenders, midfielders, and then strikers. So let's start with the man. Let's start with the man of the back, Edouard Spider-Mendy. I'm going to give him a 10 out of 10. There's no debating here. He's got 10 out of 10, 12 clean sheets in 14 games, 2 goals conceded, and he's one of the main reasons why. He's been absolutely phenomenal, leading the line, doing his bit. Absolutely, Spider-Mendy at the back, 10 out of 10 under Thomas Tuchel. Now moving on to Kepa Arrizabalaga under Thomas Tuchel, and he's gonna get a 9 because he himself has played 4 games. And he's kept clean sheets, and I believe every single one of them. And that's how good the defense is the savior for us. And the way we're playing, we don't play defensive football. We actually play possession football. But that enables us to keep clean sheets, because the possession we keep now is a lot more, precise. It's more accurate. There's a purpose to it, going forward and defensively. Under Lamps, it was all helter-skelter YOLO football, going forward without any protection in the back. Just randomness all over the place, and that has been deleted because this man is experienced. This man knows what to do. Now moving on to Caballero, not available because he's not been playing. So let's get to it. Let's get to the center backs. Thiago Silva, I'm gonna give him a 7.5 out of 10. He would get a higher rating, but he's been injured, but when he's played, he's been good. So Thiago Silva for me, a solid 7.5 out of 10. Now the hero, the man who's possibly been the best player under Thomas Tuchel, the man I once called a Danish fraud, Andreas Christensen. And this man is getting a 10 out of 10 under Thomas Tuchel. Full marks for Andreas Christensen. That's right. The man I once called a Danish fraud has made a fraud out of me by absolutely shutting me up and proving me wrong. He's been absolutely exceptional in the middle of the back three. He's been flawless. He's kept Suarez quiet for 2 games. He's made Simeone substitute Suarez in something like the 59th minute. Unheard of. And that's all because of, it's not just him, it's the entire team. Thomas Tuchel is the main guy, but I have to give praise where praise is deserved. Under Thomas Tuchel, Christensen has been immense. Moving on to another one of Thomas Tuchel's men, another person who in this channel I've made fun of consistently, and that's Antonio Rudiger. And Rudiger for me gets a 9 out of 10. He has been himself exceptional under Thomas Tuchel, apart from the own goal, and that's only been pretty much the only bad thing he's done. Well, he's done some bad things, but it hasn't led to any significant mistakes or anything like that. Teams haven't been able to capitalize because overall the team and he has defended very well. So Rudiger, take a bow, 9 out of 10. Cesar Azpilicueta, 7.5. Captain, reliable as ever. Apart from the last game against Sheffield, where he was sleeping, man, when he came on. He's been good. He's been solid as usual. Moving on to Kurt Zouma, again, 8.5 out of 10. Solid, absolutely solid. I have no complaints about Kurt Zouma. So the 5 center backs are dealt with. Moving on to the full backs. The man from the dead, the man who's made his return all the way from the dead, Marcos Alonso, gets an 8 out of 10. This man was completely dead under Lamps. He was never going to play for Chelsea again. We were talking about selling him to Inter Milan or wherever else. But right now, he's found his way back. He's playing well. I got to give him credit where credit is due. He has been playing well. Chilwell gets a 8 out of 10 for me as well. No, that's a bit too high. I would say a 7 out of 10. He's been doing well. He was doing better under Lampard, but he's actually found his feet under Tommy T. Tommy T has found the magic. He's found the magic formula. He's making everyone feel loved. And Benny Chilwell gets a 7 for me. Emerson Palmieri gets a 6.5. He's been disappointing, not really disappointing, not exceptional. He's just been there, and sometimes being there is good enough. Yeah, as long as you're not making mistakes, and he hasn't been making mistakes, and I'm happy with that. So Emerson gets a 6.5. He's just sort of been there. Moving on to the right backs, Reece James. Now this guy's been exceptional. 8 out of 10 for me. Reece James he's been good under Lamps. He's been good under Tuchel. I think the back three suits him because he can be a bit culpable in terms of giving away penalty kicks, and the back three has to attack more, and he's doing exceptionally well. Hudson-Odoi, I'm gonna in this video I'm gonna count him as a right back because he's been playing there most of the time. I'm gonna give him an 8.5 out of 10. That's incredible. If you told me that Hudson-Odoi was gonna have to play wing back at the beginning of the season, and he was gonna be a revelation in that position, I would have laughed. But that's what Tommy T has done. He's making everyone fools, and he's making the team better. And Mr. Hudson-Odoi has been good. He's been a revelation in the Victor Moses position. And for me, it's 8.5. 8.5. Defensively, he can do better, but most of the games he hasn't had to defend because most teams just don't want to play with the ball against us. They just want to sit back. So it suited us, and it suited Hudson-Odoi. So Hudson-Odoi gets an 8.5. So moving on to the pivots, for me, the pivots are the main thing in this football team. The Thomas Tuchel system works because of the pivots. N'Golo Kante for me, he gets a 9.5 out of 10. He's been phenomenal. He's been exceptional. He's been the man, and he's the world's best CDM. Don't let it get twisted. He is the world's best central defensive midfield player. No one else comes close to N'Golo. I'm not having it. I'm not having any debates here because I can have debates with other players. Sure, Luke Shaw better than Chilwell. I can accept that right now because Luke Shaw is playing more often. N'Golo Kante is the world's best number 6. Ain't no two ways about it. N'Golo Kante gets a 9.5 for me. Kovacic, same 9.5. Has been absolutely exceptional. Kovacic now looks like the Kovacic of last season who won Player of the Year for Chelsea. That's the Kovacic I'm seeing now, and that's the Kovacic I want to continue seeing. These two pivots have been exceptional. Jorginho, 8. He has not been bad. He has been good. He's been very calm, composed in possession, and he's done his bit. And long may it continue. We need them. We need these three to be doing well. Billy Gilmore for me gets a 7. He's been good. He's not had much game time, but he's played 2 games, and in both games he's been solid. You can't say that he's not been exceptional, but he's been solid. So for me, 7. Yeah, for me, 7 out of 10. Now moving on to the concerning areas. Now the ratings are going to go down a bit because we're moving on to the areas where players have not been performing. But let's get the good out of the way. Let's get the good out of the way before we get to the bad. The good. Mason Mount, 9. 9 out of 10 for me. Not based on the season. He's been our player of the season. I'm just talking about under Thomas Tuchel. 9 out of 10 for me. Maybe even 9.5. Let's say a 9.5 because he's been our most consistent attacker, playing in the attacking midfield. Sometimes he's even dropped into the pivots, and he's played well there. Whatever he's been asked to play, he's done well. He's done a job. And Mason Mount for me gets a solid 9.5 out of 10. Not solid, spectacular 9.5. Moving on to Timo Werner, for me a 6 out of 10. Not the best, just 1 goal. A lot of assists, I think, like 4 or 5, but gotta do better, man. Gotta do better, Timo. 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's it. 6 out of 10. Gotta do better. He has the talent. We know that. And now moving on to Christian Pulisic. For me, 4.5 out of 10. If I'm being honest, he is the most talented player at Chelsea Football Club. We expect better from him. He's not gotten a consistent run of games in his defense, but when he's played, he's not looked very good. And I have to be completely honest. And he can be much better. And just because I'm rating someone lower here doesn't mean his career is finished at Chelsea. I think it could be just a stumbling block and something for him to take inspiration from, or look at it and be like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be a 4.5 out of 10 again. So I got to improve my game. That's what Christian has to do. He has to improve. So for me, Christian Pulisic gets a 4.5, unfortunately. Moving on to Hakim Ziyech. Now, he's been one of our better attackers, and he's really found his form lately, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 because at the beginning, he wasn't playing quite well under Tuchel, but last 2 or 3 games, he has really found his form. And overall, I think I'm going to give him 7, maybe a bit too generous. I'm going to give him a 6.5. So yeah, Hakim Ziyech is 6.5. Kai Havertz, he's really found himself under Thomas Tuchel, and over his overall game ever since he started has been good. So I'm going to give him a 7, maybe even a 7.5. I think he's been, maybe without being contributing to goals and assists, when he's played that false 9 position, we've looked a hell of a lot better offensively, and everything's been clicking, and he's looked good. Olivier Giroud, for me, gets a 6.5. He had that amazing goal against Atletico Madrid. Reliable as always, but he hasn't played enough, and he probably hasn't been consistent enough to warrant a place in the team. But 6.5 is what he's going to get. Tammy Abraham, I'm going to give 5.5. He had a hat-trick in that one game, I believe, or was it 2 goals? But apart from that, or was it 1 goal? He hasn't really done much. I think maybe even 5.5 is being generous. Maybe 5 is fair. I'm going to go with a 5. I'm just going to go with the 5. Tammy Abraham has to improve, and he's the odd one out right now for me in the team, who looks like he may not have a future. But then again, he can turn it around. He's a young boy. He's 23 years old. His numbers are not bad. It's just his overall performances that has to improve. So these are the ratings, man. These have been the ratings. Are there any players that I've missed out on? Anjurin and players like that haven't featured. So I'm not gonna include them in this list. I think I pretty much covered every player who's played for Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel. Long may this continue, man. Long may this unbeaten run continue. We got Porto. Thank God we got Porto. The beauty of Portugal. The beauty of Porto, one of the best clubs in the world. Well, I'm relieved because I shouldn't be. It's disrespectful to be relieved because they knocked out Juventus. But I am relieved because Bayern Munich, Man City, PSG, we were done. We were going to be done. And right now, we have a path to the final that is achievable. We win against Porto, and then we win against Real Madrid or Liverpool. We're in the final of the Champions League. Can you believe it, man? That's crazy. We avoided the 3 best teams this season in Europe, and that's... Oh man, even Real Madrid, Liverpool, Porto, they might be feeling the same way, and all credit to you. You deserve to feel this way. But man, I just have a good feeling. I'm not saying we'll win or anything. I'm just saying it's a good chance for us to get to the final. And then see, 90 minutes of football in a final, anything can happen. So I'm going too far ahead. Long way to go. Long way to go. Long way to go. Let this run continue, man. Let's keep going unbeaten until the end of the season. Semi-finals, by the way, for and FA Cup is against Man City. Bring him on. Bring him on, man. If there's anyone that can break this Man City run of winning the quadruple, we can do it. We can do it. We can beat them in the semi-final. We have it in us. They can beat us. Don't get me wrong. They're favorites, and they should beat everyone because of the way they're playing. But we can beat them. I honestly think we can get it. We can do the job. Anyways, guys, this was just a video talking about the player ratings. Long may this Thomas Tuchel run continue. Chelsea are back. We are back, baby. And long may this continue. Long may this continue until May. Let's do something remarkable, and let's do something. I want to jinx it, man. Let's win something special this season. That's all I'm gonna say. But let's just keep going game by game, man. Keep going game by game. Tommy T, salute to you. And he's doing the job. Experience matters, man. If anything that this season has taught me is managerial experience is so key. We've maybe fluked our way into landing a top class manager, but we have, and I'm just so happy. I hope Marina knows what she's doing, because she fiddles around and messes around with managers. But this guy I really like. I hope to keep him for a long time. I know that's probably unlikely, but right now Tommy T has me dreaming. So all hail Tommy T. Keep the blue flag flying high, and I will see you guys later.